What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to try to give the Preview Cup another go here in the Go Battle League. A couple of days ago, I tried it out, and it did not work out all that well. You probably have seen the footage. It was, I don't know, a lot of weird bugs that happened in that video. A lot of bugs I didn't even know existed, honestly, until I played it out. But I'm back home on better internet, and I'm hoping that's all it's going to take to make things a little bit better. But not only that, I'm going to try out a Pokemon that they have updated here recently. I'm going to show you what that means in just a second. But Gigaton, if you didn't know, got an access to a very cool update. It's honestly, it doesn't really change the gameplay too much, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. I absolutely love what they've done with it. It's very unique. So let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Now, I did use this team a couple of days ago. Oh, not Catch Cup. We're doing Preview Cup here today, which means that hopefully there's going to be less Tinkaton to counter my Guzzlord. But either way, I feel like the Preview Cup here, it was working for me when I was on good internet, and then I went on the road. It was working a little bit less good. I'm hoping that we can showcase it a little bit more here today, and hopefully it's not quite as bad. We'll see how the queue times go here in this meta. Looks like we actually did get our first match. It took a second, but Tinkaton in the lead up against a Primeape. Very good lead match. Our backline pretty weak to fighting type damage, so happy to see that here. With that said, close combat would still hurt quite a bit, and they can always go for like a chip and dip here if they want, or even like baits would be kind of annoying, so we'll see what they do. We actually CMP here on what could have been a Rage Fist or a close combat. They're at 7, so either one away from back-to-back Rage Fist, or potentially they do close combat, so they're actually just at 2 right now. I went for the Bulldoze on CMP, which means likely we get a shield here, or maybe they're just going to sacrifice this thing. We'll see what they're going to do. They do shield, nice, so we get a shield on a pretty inefficient attack. I get another defense drop, so now they're at minus, I believe that's -3. That's a lot of defense dropped on their end. That is only a Rage Fist. I'm going to let this go. I know I do get knocked out by this attack, but the way I see it, Primeape at this point is at -3 defense. I have super effective Psywaves here with my Lapras. If I take a charge attack, pretty soon, then that's likely going to be a less efficient move that they'd want to throw against us, like a Rage Fist. But they actually just switch out there. Makes sense. They want to save their Primeape. Don't want to give me a big energy lead. Licky does end up coming in. I built up a lot of energy on my Lapras, and now Guzzlord is going to try its best to just kind of neutralize this Licky and save enough energy that I'll be able to go for some charge attacks into that Primeape if it ever comes back in, because I did save a decent chunk of energy on it. The one good thing about Guzzlord into Licky is you do force him to go for body slams rather than Shadow Balls, right? So it's a little bit less efficient for them, and I do like that. I like making it a little bit uncomfortable for them. They're going to go for another body slam here. I do think I survive the next one just barely, but I also don't knock them out here with a Brutal Swing, so we'll see what happens. Actually, the next one, like after this, right now, this could be kind of close, whether or not this knocks out. I'm actually going to shield this up. It might be a little bit of a misplay, but I'm going to shield this up. I'm going to make sure if they switch or not. They do switch. Oh, but that was not a great play by me. They switch into a Tentacruel. I thought they might bring in the Primeape or not something that resists Sludge Bomb, so that's not super great. But with that said, I mean, I have super effective Psywave here still. And Sparkling Aria, it might not do a lot of damage, but it should be able to do enough here to put them into, like, farm down range over time. Yeah, we do see a no-shield there. Smart play by them. 8. I mean, that's going to be a payback, right? Almost certainly. I'm going to shield this up. I think I kind of have to at this point. This game could actually get a little bit dicey just because they do have that Primeape around, and I might have to throw a second move against this Pokemon to knock him out. We'll see. Maybe I don't. Maybe Psywaves are enough here. Psywaves do knock out. Okay, that's helpful. Licky likely does come back in, though. But if they bring in the Primeape, I'm a little bit happier, honestly. So we'll see what happens. We're going to do Primeape here. One Psywave into the Sparkling Aria. We have another Sparkling ready to go, but no real reason to throw in bad timing here, I'd say, because I wouldn't win CMP anyway. So we do end up getting the shield there. And now we go for the next move. The Primeape should get knocked out by this. And now Licky has to knock out both my Lapras and my Guzzlord to win this game, which it definitely has a chance at doing. I wasted a lot of energy for my Guzzlord just a second ago, which is a little bit scary, honestly. But I bring in my Guzzlord. I actually just have the 2 cycle for my Brutal Swing, which means we just land the attack there. And they would need a Body Slam here, a Shadow Ball for my Lapras as well. So despite honestly playing this game out a little bit inefficiently, we did actually get the win here. And I'm going to be honest, the game actually felt a lot smoother than the other day when I was doing the Preview Cup, so honestly, it wasn't too bad there. It wasn't too bad. Hopefully it keeps on going like this. We didn't see it that game, did we? the updated Tinkaton. Oh no, I was gonna showcase it, but like I haven't even showcased it yet. Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna think I'm clickbaiting here. No, it's updated. Trust me, I just threw bulldozes that game though. Oh my goodness, I I don't even know what to say. I kind of figured any game that I played with Tinkaton would be a game that I'd throw Gigaton Hammer, but you know, there we go. This is a Gigaton Hammer target. Do they stay in? No, of course not. They switch into a Digger's Beam. I'm going to bring in one of the hardest answers I could possibly have here, honestly, with my Lapras. Now, they are on Mud Shot, so they do generate energy a little bit quicker. I guess they could be on Hyper Beam. I mean, safe swapping a Digger's Beam is kind of crazy, so maybe like Hyper Beam Scorching Sands wouldn't be unheard of. But no, it is just a Scorching Sands. They should be at 3. So I'll build up a little bit of extra energy here. Go for a Sparkling Aria. And, I mean, honestly, as long as I avoid getting my Guzzlord into the Azumarill, I'm pretty happy. But honestly, even if I do, I am on Sludge Bomb, right? So maybe that's not the end of the world. They actually let me get a CMP here. That's amazing. That's going to mean, at this point, the Azumarill has so much work to do. They can't really bubble me down, right? And we actually get a shield there from the Diggersby? Oh my goodness. All right. This is odd. What do I want to do? I could fight for a Switch, but I could let Switch go and take a shield advantage as well. And I mean, that's tempting, but how worth it would that really be? I don't know. Oh my goodness, I was never expecting that play by them. I wonder if they're on Hydro Pump here. Oh, we're about to see it. We're about to see the updated Gigaton Hammer on Tinkaton. Just you wait. Finally, we get the chance here to show it off. Big Gigaton Hammer. Do we see a shield here, though, from our opponent? They've already gone down 1 shield. I don't have... I guess I'm scamming you guys. I could have... They've updated this. Am I not on the update? Okay, I don't know what to say. I thought for sure they updated the animation there. I've seen other people have it. Do I just not have it? Also, they're ice beaming, which is also kind of crazy. All right, I'm literally scamming people right now. I don't even know what to say. They updated the Gigaton Hammer animation to make it so it looks like you're actually smacking him down with a hammer. I swear they did that. I'm not making this up. Accent's not that crazy. I'll see if I can get some footage of that for you guys at the very least, or maybe I should try to update my app. I don't even know. But we knock out the Azu at the very least. That's kind of cool. Diggersby likely comes back in here, because it does have a lot of energy on it. But if it does, I'm going to bring in my Lapras and try to get that second shield here by going for the combo play with this Sparkling that we had loaded. I mean, honestly, it's not like Diggersby is even going to be that good at this point into my Tinkaton with how low they are. And they've used their second shield. So at this point, they're in even worse of a spot. In comes a Furret here. I'm going to take full advantage of the fact that we can outpace them to a move. Not just going for a Sparkling Aria. We'll go for the Ice Beam. And this should be able to knock out. At this, well, no, why did I say that? No, it should do a lot of damage. It doesn't knock them out, but it does put them into a range now where, I mean, I guess I just bring in my Tinkaton, right? Then I force it to throw energy against this, and my Guzzlord closes out the game. I don't even think a move knocks me out. Maybe if they're on Brick Break, it could, because that's their only neutral tech. Actually, they could have Dig, but I don't think you run that. No, just a Swift, easy live, and then Gigaton Hammer in just a second here. I mean, it's probably just worth the shield. Just guarantee getting this move off. At this point, if I've made them throw 2 attacks, then my Tinkaton's done his job. Might as well also guarantee a heavy damage Gigaton Hammer. Oh, okay. I thought I lost that CMP. No, we did win the CMP. The camera was just a little bit weird. So, okay, the camera being odd is still something that I guess is a little bit of an issue here with the new PvP system. Hopefully they fix that, because that was honestly really jarring. I thought that the Diggersby swapped in and just won CMP against us, but luckily that wasn't the case. We got the win, although I did scam you guys. What's up with the animation? I'm going to play that animation if I haven't already. I'm going to show you guys what it's supposed to look like, what the new updated Gigaton Hammer looks like. That was supposed to be the whole thing. Maybe you just don't see it in the new system, or like I might just not be on the update. But I swear to you, it's kind of cool. It's awesome that they've actually given it a unique animation. They don't do that to a lot of Pokemon. But I think it deserves it. It makes a lot more sense than just, like, kind of Tinkaton swinging around in a circle. All right. Tinkaton into Quagsire. Shadow Quagsire. A little bit scary. Our backline is designed to handle this, though. We'll bring in the Lapras. They're on Mudshot. Makes sense. I mean, what? Would they be on Water Gun and Open Great League? Probably not. We'll go for the Sparkling as quickly as we can. The big question, though, is are they actually on Stone Edge, or are they on Mud Bomb, or are they crazy like me the other day running both Mud Bomb and Stone Edge? I don't know for sure, although they did let me land that attack, and honestly, I think I'm fine if this is a Stone Edge at this point, because I do survive it, and my Tinkaton is going to be in a much better spot with that thing whittled down as much as it is. In comes a Corviknight, and this might be strange, but I might just bring in my Tinkaton here. Tinkaton, believe it or not, does wall the energy of Corviknight, and we are chipping him down quite a bit here with Sparkling Aria, and even Sidewaves are doing something. Maybe I should have swapped there. I was, like, thinking of it, but I literally missed the button. But, like, then I was like, is that even a good idea? It's a lot of things going through the mind right now. Anyway, we resist the damage here. As long as I don't spam air cutters and get boosts, we're in a pretty good spot. They do go air cutter. I think that is the right play. They also boost. That's also the right play for them, I guess. I wish they didn't do that, because now the sand attacks are going to really start to hurt. But, I mean, maybe it's Quagsire Corviknight. That's such a generic duo. It could be almost anything as the third. Okay, no boost on that one. Bit of a misplay by them. Another air cutter coming through, though. I am at my first Gigaton Hammer. The big question being, do they shield? Do they try to catch at some point, too? I would be fine with a catch if they go for that, actually, because then I'd be in a spot where they've cleared their boost, and then my Tinkaton would be in a better spot here again. But we'll see what they do. I mean, Gigaton Hammer is resisted, but it does a lot of damage. They might invest a shield. No, they do not. They let that go. And now I think the play is build up energy, force them to throw a move against us, and then try to bank some energy on my, my Tinkaton here, and then probably just swap into my Guzzlord. Oh my goodness! Haha! This is great! This is amazing news! The Gourgeist backline! Maybe the best thing Guzzlord could ever see. Like, this, we want this. We resist Ghost, Grass, and Fire. This could not be much better right now. We have a lot of energy on Tinkaton. They've cleared their Corviknight boost as well. And if I'm being honest, I feel like a Shadow Ball, realistically, is going to do more damage than most moves that can be thrown left this game. Like, Stone Edge would do more raw damage, but, like, what's Corviknight going to do? Air Cutter, right? And that Quagsire is basically energy dry. So I think it might be crazy on the surface of things to double shield against such a good matchup, but I also feel like it's not a bad play, because I can build up so much energy here that Quagsire is just never going to reach a move against me. And if they shield this, I have back-to-back. If they no-shield, I mean, I still have my energy on my Tinkaton too, right? They'll likely try to go for a catch at some point, but I am so fine if they do that, because I have almost back-to-back moves. Here I have a move on my Tinkaton. That should be about all it takes here to win this game. They don't catch there, so that's good. The first one will get the shield. As long as we land a charge attack at some point in this Pokemon, we should be very fine. Watch for no catch. They're catching. Are they not catching? Okay, never mind. I don't know if that was like them, like... Oh, all right, yeah. I don't know what just happened there. I think they forfeited, like, mid-charge attack. Yeah, sometimes I don't even know what to say with this new system. It's like, what is going on? What is happening? What is happening on my screen? But we did win. I mean, we'll take that, right? Another bad lead. We see the Diggersby in the lead. We will safe swap our Lapras. While this is our better answer, it's also, like, kind of our safer Pokemon, I'd say, a lot of the time. Although we are met by a Volt Switch Fortress, which, not exactly what I wanted to see. It's also a non-Shadow, which means that I'm not going to be able to easily do a lot of damage here. If it's the Shadow, you actually basically two-shot with those Sparkling Arias, which is pretty nice. But especially after this debuff, that will not be the case. Rock Tomb is super effective here, but Lapras is bulky. It's non-stab. Can I ever get to, like, a third Sparkling Aria? I think that might be a little bit unlikely. We'll go here for DRE. You know, guaranteed DRE on the new system is pretty nice, as long as your internet does not suck. Now, did I survive that move? Or was that DRE? I think I survived on 1 HP, so I actually get the next move off, which is actually huge. On DRE, again, we're just testing it to make sure that you can survive like that. It's so scary, but honestly, I haven't really been let down by the new system with that. We do get a shield advantage. All right, I mean, maybe they don't have a hard Guzzlord answer on their team. That's always a possibility, right? I'm going to try to Fairy Wind this down, because if there's one thing Diggersby doesn't want to do, it's take Gigaton Hammers. So I'm going to try my very best to farm this all the way down, and just maybe chip down the Diggersby a little bit with my Steel-type attack. I hope they don't get to a third Sand Tomb here. They might, because Fairy Wind is resisted, but, you know, if they do at that point, maybe I'd consider a shield. Okay, we actually get the full farm down. That's huge. Diggersby likely comes in. Yeah, so we're going to Gigaton Hammer this, take away about half of their HP. We are at -2 defense, though, so I'm not going to stay in, even though I could probably get to another attack here if I wanted to. I don't think that's really worth it. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of good chip damage against them right now. Diggersby is staying in for a second. They throw in kind of suboptimal timing here, and while I don't love shielding a move from a Diggersby, if they're staying in, that might mean that I have more play in the backline, and I'd rather shield something this game rather than letting this go and be in a spot where I have nothing left to shield. They are still staying in, which is kind of crazy. Maybe there's a Ghost type in the back. I mean, Diggersby Corsola is a pretty strong duo. I could see that being a thing here. I actually have back-to-back attacks, right? So might as well get this shield here with a weak move like Brutal Swing, or just make this Pokemon faint. I'd take that too. They do shield, that's huge. That is not the most efficient shield to use in Pokemon Go. Now there's a chance I could land a Gigaton Hammer in the backline, and I should pretty easily survive this attack here from them. I'm just 2 more Dragon Tails away from my next move. Okay, Licky Licky comes in. I don't love the fact that I got debuffed there, so I'm just going to switch out into my Tinkaton. And Body Slam might knock us out. Honestly, I don't think it's really worth risking. I think at this point, we want to guarantee that we land the Gigaton Hammer. They're at 1, 2... And if they ever let me get a second Gigaton Hammer, they just lose. So they kind of have to throw energy pretty quickly here. And then I have to be able to go for enough energy to get a Brutal Swing into the Diggersby as well as this Licky Licky. They're at 4, 5. All right, good overfarm by them. So they're actually 1 away from a Body Slam, but Body Slam is not the most immediately threatening move into my Guzzlord. So what I think I'm going to do is, well, what's going on with that camera? I'll let them get this attack off. And I'm just going to build up to back-to-back Brutal Swings, because I don't believe they can get to a second Body Slam or a Scorching Sands before I'm able to get to the back-to-back, so it's just a safe play to overfarm. Yeah, we have the back-to-back now. This should knock out the Diggersby. That Licky Licky is so low that this should knock him out too. And we win CMP against both Pokemon because, I mean, Diggersby and Licky Licky, very bulky Pokemon. Guzzlord, you'd think it would be kind of bulky the way it looks, but it has a lot of HP, but its defense stat is so low that it actually is not that bulky. Brutal Swing gets the knockout, and once again, pretty bad lead, right? I mean, double normal, ABA normal team, that's crazy. But I guess fighters aren't super common. I say as if the first game of the day wasn't against a Primeape lead. But fighters, they're still not that common, right? So I guess they can try to run that team if they want to. Yeah, luckily Q-Time's not too bad right now, too. Next opponent here, we will see Tinkaton into Cradily. I love this lead. That is amazing. With that said, not exactly the best Pokemon here to see in the back. I'll go for a catch attempt. We don't quite get it. So that could be scary. But the main thing is, I don't know how much I necessarily need Switch. I would love it, but I don't need it. They're at an X-Scissor. They're actually at back-to-back X-Scissors, I should say, so... Ooh, they throw in bad timing. Nice. I think I'm going to shield this up. It might be a bad play, but it also might be the best play I could go for. I'm going to go for 1 in Dragon Tail, 1 Dragon Tail and Brutal Swing, rather, and then do that again, and then we'll see if they want to shield. Honestly, if they shield, it's not like I'm even that scared into that Cradily, right? Maybe I just, like, forego trying to fight for a switch advantage if they do. We'll see. In comes the Brutal Swing. If they shield this up, honestly, I'm kind of considering just letting Switch go. But maybe there's like a Talonflame in the back line. That wouldn't be great to see. That could be bad if there is a Talonflame in the back line. All right, they're at 3 right now, so that means they're on their 2 cycle. I'll let this go. And I guess I'll do 3 Fairy Winds and go for a Bulldoze, knock them out, and save a lot of energy here. It's like Lapras with Ice Beam. That's very playable in the Cradily. And we'll have a lot of energy here too. But like the biggest concern I have right now would be just a Talonflame in the back. A Talon would probably be game over, but if I went down shields, that would be the case too. Okay, it's a Gastro in the back. Interesting. Well, that's also not great to see, not gonna lie. With that said, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we still win this game somehow. We'll go for the... Did I not throw my move? That was a C... Okay, I guess that was a CMP. That's not great. That's not great. How was that a CMP? All right. Well, that's annoying. I think the play here, though, is like... I think I have to go for a full farm down, and I hate doing that, because I'm going to be at -2 attack. Oh, man, that's so annoying. If that wasn't a CMP, I would have been so happy with the way this is playing out, but it was a CMP. Wait, they can switch? Oh, my goodness, that's annoying as well. Oh, man. I think they probably just established this game. This game's kind of scuffed. I don't know how much of it was my fault. It's probably 90% my fault, honestly. Which, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I do mess things up sometimes. Gastro in the back is so bad. Maybe I have a chance here. Oh, I got knocked out. And they do shield that, I guess. Maybe if they don't have Earth Power, I can go, like, double Bulldoze, and if I get a debuff on the first, I could have enough damage. But I don't know. What moveset do Gastro users run? We don't even get the debuff. They're probably just on Earth Power. Ah, man. How did I mess that up? I guess, like... Oh, they're on Earth Power. Yeah. That is tricky. I think it was probably on me that I played the game out the way that it happened there. I guess on even energy, like Lapras... Hey, I got a Lapras. Lapras into Cradilly. I'm not supposed to get that move off first anyway, so maybe... I should have, like, shielded the Rock Tomb, tried to get them to shield earlier, but if they're on Earth Power, that's so bad. And if I go down shields to win Switch, I also don't know if that helps me out too much, because then Earth Power Gastro is still a bit of a core breaker in the backline. But, I mean, going for Switch, I mean, I guess I probably should have. Maybe I should have just, like, instantly swapped Guzzlord. I give him such a big energy lead on that Charger Bug, right? But Charger Bug's also kind of a scary Pokemon for my team, because my Dragon isn't a real dragon when it comes to taking down... specifically Charger Bug. It's good into the other electric types, but Charger Bug's got that bug typing on it that makes it so the Guzzlord matchup's a little bit scarier. Alright, but we got our next opponent. We're not going to throw this one. That would not be possible. I don't ever throw 2 games in a row. I do lose the lead, though, quite often today, I'm noticing. With that said, I mean, Lapras does a lot of play here, despite taking super effective damage. Even Tinkaton's not terrible in this matchup if I had to play it out later. Discharge will hurt, but not quite a 2-shot. They switch out into a second Electric-type Pokemon, right? Great. Why? I wish I could tell you. Man, is it just gonna be, like, Wigglytuff in the back? Are they... Is that a team? I mean, I guess it could be. Oh, man. I guess I'm going to shield this up. I want to get some shields down at some point this game, but wow, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a negative position at the moment. I feel like this is not as ideal for my odds of winning the game as I'd like it to be. Maybe I can desync the switch clock, though, and make something happen. I do get his shield there, which is cool. We'll swap out. We'll go for as much energy as I can get here. And luckily, a discharge is going to do less damage than a Mud Bomb from the Ufisk would do, so potentially I can stay outside of range where one Mud Bomb knocks me out, and that could make things kind of awkward for the Stunfisk when it comes back in. Alright, they're at 3. They went for a Mud Bomb. Or a Discharge, rather, so that means they're on the 4-cycle to, like, another Discharge, but do I get a debuff? That'd be huge. No. Why don't I get debuffs today? Maybe I don't want debuffs. Maybe debuffs are a crutch. I wouldn't mind them, though, especially in this spot that I'm in. Because, like, then this Bulldoze would have done some real damage here. But there could be a Ghost type in the back. What if there's a Galarian Corsola? That could be a win condition. Well, I've thrown, like, 3 Bulldozes recently. None have debuffed. Not that, like, that one right there mattered as much, but I would have liked it. What would be in the backline with the ABA Electric? I'm trying to think of things that would make any sort of sense. We'll go for the Brutal Swing on CMP. I mean, I can't take another Mud Bomb at this point. Or if I do take another Mud Bomb, I need them to use their final shield here to get it off. They don't shield, so it goes down. I technically have, like, 3 Pokemon left in play. What? Okay. They were just, I guess, like, triple weight to Guzzlord? Alright, buddy. That was a game. I thought there was, like, not a chance I could win that one. Not even a single chance, but I would love to know what they had in the back. Like, was it another Gorgeist or something? That wouldn't make any sense. That would be ABA weak to Ice. Although people don't respect Ice. I don't know. I'll take it, I guess. Dude, what's happening today? Interesting games, interesting games. Can I, like, just get, like... Actually, I was gonna say, can I win a lead? I did just win the Cradilly lead, and I lost that. But I'm winning the games that I lose the lead, so maybe losing the lead's good for me. Let's see, Tinkaton into Clodsire. Well, I mean, losing the lead has been working out for me today, but I still don't like losing the lead. We'll bring in our Lapras here. If they stay in, I can go for Sparkling before they can get a Stone Edge off, which is really nice chip damage if they let it through. And if we get a shield here, then, I mean, I can shield as well. And the Stone Edge is not going to be able to do as much damage to me. Sparkling does get a shield. I kind of wish they would have let that one through. But smart play if they're weak to Lapras, I guess. They're at 8 right now, so they have access to a Stone Edge or an Earthquake, depending on their moveset. Yeah, they're on Earthquake, so I guess I didn't need to shield that. Okay, their own Lapras comes in. Well, are they on Skull Bash? I'm gonna go for a Sparkling here. I mean, this could have been a Skull Bash, right? They don't know. The one good thing is I have desynced the switch clocks quite a bit here. I'm gonna bank some energy here, come in Tinkaton, because I don't get two-shot by Sparkling Aria at the very least. And Clodsire, while it does do quite a bit of damage with Earthquake, they don't really have fast move pressure into us, so maybe I can make things kind of awkward for them. I'm really not that soft to Lapras, and that's good. Because Lapras is a Pokemon that can potentially be annoying for a lot of teams, like we've seen it myself with my team, right? They are staying in for a second. I mean, Gigaton should just knock out here if they stay in. They actually switch out, though. They save a lot of energy, and they just bring the Clodsire back in. I mean, that's fine by me, because a Gigaton Hammer is going to do, honestly, probably about as much as a Sparkling Aria would have. And now I can go for Bulldoze here, potentially. Do I go Bulldoze? Maybe I should have. They went for a CMP. But they have to Earthquake, right? They have to go for a full-on Earthquake to knock us out from this point. Wait, I guess they don't. Weird. I thought they'd have... whatever. I wish that we got the Bulldoze off against them. Now that I'm seeing how this is playing out, I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that Sludge Bomb knocked us out. It's resisted. It's technically resisted there. Anyway, we knock out the Clodsire. Lapras likely comes back in, but they have been chipped down quite a bit, just with Psywaves. And at this point, I do kind of wonder if it's like, maybe a Feraligatr in the backline? Or maybe... I mean, there's a lot of things it could be. It could be like a Galarian Moltres as well. We haven't seen their moveset yet, though, which is like both scary and like maybe good. Maybe they aren't on Skull Bash. If this is Sparkling Aria coming through right now, then I can guarantee that I don't want to be in my Guzzlord in this matchup. But if that was like an Ice Beam, well, they wouldn't Ice Beam. If that was a Skull Bash user, that would be kind of bad. Well, there it is for Alligator in the back line. That is exactly what I wanted to see, right? We have access not only to a lot of nice ways to do damage with our Guzzlord, but even our Lapras has quite a bit of HP left over on it. And as long as I go for... Ooh, do I shield this or not? Whose Ice Beam do we think does more damage? The Ice type or the attack-weighted Feraligatr? That's actually an interesting question. I think either way, we still have an Ice Beam from here, but I feel like the Gators probably does more damage. I'd have to look that up, but I feel like that would make sense in my mind. So I'm going to shield this. They do Ice Beam, so now I can overfarm a little bit. I don't want to take a Hydro Cannon, though, because Hydro would definitely put me into a range where an Ice Beam would knock us out, and I don't want to let them do that. But, yeah, I mean, it should still be outside of Ice Beam range here on my Guzzlord. I still have my Lapras around, too, for fast move pressure if I need it. And they get the move off. Let's see if Ice Beam knocks us out. They have shown Sparkling Aria. They would have Skull Bash if they had it. So almost certainly, this is an Ice Beam. And yeah, easy live. Easy live. Brutal Swing comes through. This should get the knockout. And if it doesn't, we still have a lot of fast move pressure left to go. They're never Psy-Waving down a Guzzlord here. Yeah, nice. That gets the knockout. GG's to them. And as we're queuing to the next game, I'm actually going to look this up. I kind of want to see what does more damage. Lapras or Alligator? You know, it's an interesting question, right? Because you'd think that the Pokemon that actually isn't Ice type would do more damage, but let's see, Lapras Ice Beam does 67%. The kids will love that one. Feraligatr does... Oh, 66%! Yikes! I played inefficiently. I should have no-shielded the Feraligatr Ice Beam. Now you know. Now you know. That's why we look things up. That's why we learn. Although it's, like, really inconsequential. Like, that's almost exactly the same damage. But that is cool to know. That's where, I guess, having that specific matchup knowledge down the line, it could be helpful. I don't see how it would be helpful in a lot of situations, but knowing they do similar damage, at least, it's good to know. All right, Tinkaton into Greninja. Shadow Greninja. Oh my goodness. I mean, the thing is, I have a hard wall for this Pokemon in the backline with Guzzlord. The problem is, I also am hard-walled by this on my Lapras, which makes things kind of weird. They do Hydro Cannon, at least. That's good. They come in Volt Switch Fortress. Okay, this is also weird. Everything about this is such a weird game so far. I'm going to throw the Brutal Swing before they go for a Rock Tomb. It is, like, slightly bad timing to go for it right now, but I'm fine going for bad timing because I want to get it off before that Rock Tomb. And honestly, Lapras, I said it's walled by the Greninja. Greninja is not bulky, so even though I do technically only do resisted damage there, I do a decent chunk of damage anyway. So I just want to guarantee that this Fortress, which we have seen is a little bit of a core breaker, I want to get this Pokemon out of the way. We landed that non-debuffed Brutal Swing a second ago, which should put them into 3-shot range here, even after these Rock Tomb debuffs. Or even if it doesn't somehow. It's going to be like Fairy Wind and Psywave downrange. Nice. Wait, was that a CMP? That shouldn't have been if it was one. I didn't see a Volt Switch sneak through him. Maybe they waited like 2 turns for some reason? You know, the GBL is a mysterious format. Rock Tomb's gonna hurt, but we should survive it. And we'll see what they do. We get a full farm down. Oh, actually, we don't. Never mind. Okay, Fortress. Honestly, Fortress actually put in a lot of work there. Even on Volt Switch. Yeah, Sand Tomb comes through him. Well, let's hope for no Talonflame in the back line. But we have a lot of energy here, so even a lot of things that would generally be considered answers to us are probably not the best hard checks. And Galarian Corsola, actually, like, I wouldn't even call this an answer in the slightest. It is a very bulky Pokemon, which can be scary, but Gigaton Hammer is well known for just brute forcing its way through this matchup. 5, so they have a Nightshade, but I have another Gigaton Hammer here. And I think at this point, as long as I get the final shield down, my Lapras should close out this game, I think. Okay, they let that go. 7. Alright, I'm going to shield this up. And at this point, I think the play is pretty obvious what I need to do. I'm going to go for a CMP on the Gigaton Hammer here. Is that obvious? I don't know. I feel like they're going to go for a CMP against us. Oh, they overfarm. Maybe my play was too obvious. Smart play by them going for the overfarm there, though, not going to lie. Could be a little bit scary to have gone for that. Okay. They throw energy here. Oh boy. You know, going for that play is going to be a little bit scary for us, because now they likely land a Power Gem into my Lapras. But will a Power Gem plus a Shadow Night Slash plus like the Fast Move pressure here be enough to knock us out? And that I don't know. Although if I had to guess, I would say it will be enough. Oof. I might have needed to try to go for a catch at some point here. Yeah, Night Slash is going to do so much damage to us. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know I don't knock him out here with one charge attack. Dude, Shadow Greninja, uh-oh. We're about to get destroyed by a Spice Lord. What could I have done this game? We do technically survive that, so, like, we'll go for the Ice Beam, I guess. But it's resisted. It's not going to do anything. Even if I had Skull Bash, I just don't have the HP left over for the Corsola. Yikes, that one's probably on me. I don't exactly know how. Because, like, that Corsola in the backline is going to be a little bit scary. They were actually kind of triple weak to Guzzlord. Like, Guzzlord was triple strong into that team. It was just in, like, the one matchup where it can kind of get neutralized. Huh. I don't know what I should have done that game, because they did a good job getting shields down early on with that Hydro Cannon, and they swapped out to a Pokemon that I thought was good for me, and then turns out wasn't. I really don't like all these Fortress running around. I feel like Fortress might be one of the less healthy Pokemon that they've added recently into the meta. Like, that buff to Sand Tomb specifically was so bad for a lot of meta Pokemon, I think. But what's going on right now? Furret comes in after they had a Wigglytuff lead. Is this, like, triple normal? If it is, that means Diggersby is in the back, right? I'm going to go for a Gigaton Hammer, and I'm just going to bring in my Guzzlord at this point, because here's the thing. Switch would be amazing. I would love Switch, but getting a shield advantage also is not bad for us. And if they're not on Brick Break here, then they don't even two-shot us with Swifts. So I guess we'll see what happens. They do have Brick Break, but honestly, does that two-shot us? It's, kind of does, I guess. I think it's worth shielding, if I'm being completely honest, because winning Switch advantage, we've seen that can be helpful in many situations. So I'm going to try to go for it this game. Oh my goodness, what a catch. What a catch by them. I didn't think the switch clock was, like, quite up yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I am... what am I doing? I suck. This is so bad, actually, because now I take that Charm on my Guzzlord. Yeah, there goes, like, 90% of my HP. And now that Furret is still around, pretty healthy as well. Well played to them so far this game. Not gonna lie, they've been dancing around me pretty efficiently. But I mean, I can leverage some Gigaton energy here, which should hopefully be good. I'd be surprised if it was bad. Talonflame in the backline is like one of the few. I keep saying Talonflame, right? I don't think it's a really common Pokemon to see right now, but whenever you see a Pokemon or like a team so weak to Tinkaton, you have to imagine they actually have something in the backline that kind of respects it, right? There's no way they bring in Furret here. Oh my goodness. They're just triple weak to Tinkaton, and yet somehow I might still lose. See, I guess. The thing about Oranguru is it has Trailblaze, and that's kind of scary. I'm gonna go for a catch here on my Guzzlord. And I don't know how he just got a sneak. Was that a visual sneak, or was that an actual sneak? I don't even know. Trailblaze should knock us out if they fully charge it. They do, okay. And now Tinkaton, you gotta put in some work, buddy. As if you haven't already this game. Alright, we'll bring it back in here. Gigaton Hammer instantly. And I did not get a CMP, so they do sneak a full Confusion through him. And that could be a little bit bad, depending on how much damage they're doing here with Confusions. Oh, no. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's Axon. He's in a very bad spot. No! The monkey's gonna sweep me! The monkey is about to sweep me, because I never landed damage into that Furret. I never got a Brutal Swing off into them. Are they in range where I can knock them out here with a Sparkling Aria? Or an Ice Beam if I can reach it? I don't actually know. Do they just get another move off here too? They might. Okay, they don't. So I should get an Ice Beam into the Furret, but like, it's a Furret. It's not squishy. I think they just survive this and they probably get to a Swift. Please farm down somehow. Lapras, no. That's not even Lapras's fault. That's just all on me. Triple weak to Tinkaton. And I throw it. Wow. Man, I guess I desynced the switch clock way too much, and I didn't throw energy when I needed to with my Guzzlord. I don't have a great feel on the new system for like when the switch clock's gonna be back up, because things like, you probably know what I'm saying, right? The animations, they take a little bit longer. Everything is just like a little bit longer with this game. And that, like, it kind of throws me off, because it means that, like, switches are technically up a little bit sooner, because animations take longer to come through. So I didn't think it was going to be quite up just yet, but they swapped. They probably swapped right when they could have. And they got me. Wow. You know, I've had some embarrassing losses. I've had some good wins, though, today, too. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm winning the hard games, and I'm losing the easy games. This needs to stop happening. Well, this one looks like it's going to be a hard game, so it should be a good sign for us, right? Okay, I mean, maybe this isn't terrible. We actually bait out something that maybe we have play into with our Lapras. We survive whatever they throw. I think the best course of action is probably playing out the lower shielding scenarios here. They're at 6. They go for the Leaf Blade. Guess that was a CMP. The thing is, Ice Beam should get his shield, right? Or a knockout if they let it through. So likely we get his shield here. They let it go. Wow, well, that's good, I guess. It is a little bit unnerving, though. Like, why did they let that go? What do they have in the back line that is so good into Tinkaton? Oh, nothing, I guess. Weird. Okay, so Togekiss isn't, like, amazing into Tinkaton, but it's not terrible as far as, like, you know, matchups go. But, what? They're just letting that go? Okay, they're playing like Axon right now. What are they doing? They're throwing a game. They're throwing an easy game. Could have just RPS'd me here. But they're playing to every lose condition they can think of. I mean, I have my Guzzlord for the Ufisk. I got the energy on my Tinkaton. Like, how do we lose this from here? That's what I gotta be thinking about. How do I lose this? Because, like, I found the ways to lose a couple of these games at this point. Brutal Swing, if I land 2 of them, just puts them into Bulldoze range. And from full HP, 2 Aura Spheres do not knock out a Tinkaton. Brutal Swing comes through. Yeah, I mean, that does a decent chunk of damage. Dragon Tail's gonna add up over time. And, like, even that Togekiss at this point is close to range where a Brutal Swing could knock out. I don't get knocked out by the next Mud Bomb, so I don't have to shield just yet. Honestly, do I ever shield here? Well, they did just invest one themselves. Do I shield myself in this matchup? That's a good question. They have so much energy on Togekiss. Keep that in mind. So they're going to try to go for like a combo play at some point, almost certainly. Well, they go for it there. But I see, like, no downside in just shilling this up and switching out. Because at this point, they're only going to be at 7 Fairy Winds. 8? Okay, do we think that, like, the Fairy Wind that is snuck plus 2 more knock this out? If so, I don't have to throw energy here. But if not, then I'll have to go for a Bulldoze. Oh yeah, definitely. Now we just spam out the Bulldozes. We have the Brutal Swings. And we win the game. We somehow, like, it's kind of crazy how many of these really bad situations we won and how many good situations we threw. Like, honestly, because I went 7-3 today, I believe. And yet, like, at least 2 of my losses, I kind of forget what my third one was. But, like, 2 of the losses for sure, that was just on me. That was just me sucking. But, like, the new system worked out quite a bit better here than it was in the last video I made. But obviously, it still has some kinks in it. We saw a couple of weird camera issues, some weird, like, top lefting camera CMP issues, too. I don't know. But it worked out better here, which gives me a little bit more hope. But, I mean, I hope they make it so you don't have to have, like, really good internet for the new system to work. Because if that's the case, that's, like, that's almost a step backwards, right? If you need to have really good internet, because then a lot of people are probably just going to have a worse situation. But yeah, I mean, we tested it out. We saw the Tinkaton. I guess I didn't have the new animation on Gigaton Hammer. Once again, I guess I'm scamming you guys. But, you know, that's fine. We had some fun battles. And again, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.